All right, hi folks. Thanks so much for joining us this evening for our Dining at UHart event. My name is Sarah Lomazzo. I am an Assistant Director of Admission at the University of Hartford. So just a couple housekeeping items before we get started tonight. This event will run till about 8 p.m. Throughout the event, feel free to utilize the Q&A box, which you'll find at the bottom of your screen. So any questions you have, put them in there. Some will be answered throughout, and then we do have a live question and answer portion as part of the program this evening, so we'll answer some questions there as well. I'm joined tonight by some of our Red Key tour guides on campus, and I will have them introduce themselves. So I'll have whichever one of you wants to start.
I'll start.
Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, everyone. My name is Kaylee White. I'm a junior here at the university, and I'm a marketing major and communications minor from Long Island, New York.
So my name is Ben. I'm a sophomore marketing and entrepreneurial studies student, and I am from Southbury, Connecticut.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary and I'm from the Boston area and I'm a physical therapy major.
And hi, my name's also Mary. I'm from Southington, Connecticut. I'm a sophomore in architectural design and technology major.
So they'll be here throughout the evening tonight speaking on their experience on dining on campus. Again, feel free to ask them questions if you want to in the question and answer. So now I'm going to pass it along to Whalen, part of our dining services team, who will lead us into the rest of tonight's program.
Hi everyone, I am Annie Whalen. I am a district marketing manager for our dining program on campus. I am also I did my undergrad at UHart, so it's kind of like being home, which is really nice. And I'm joined tonight by the Director of Ops, Jeff LeBlanc. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey guys, how are you? Here to help you answer any questions that you might have about the program. The one thing that I can say, if you guys want to drink through a fire hose really quickly while we're on the call, follow us on UHart Dining on Instagram, and you can kind of check out what we've done this last year. And, you know, probably for about 4 or 5 years now, we've been up on that platform, and it's a really good way to, you know, help talk about some questions that you might have, or it might also answer some of the questions that you might have about the program. So welcome, and we look forward to spending some time with you tonight.
All right, I guess I'll start. I know the slides are going to pop up shortly. I'm going to start by saying that we love being on campus. Oh, there we go. And one of the big things we have is a lot of technology and a lot of information, and you guys can utilize it anytime, which is great. And the biggest one is hartford.campusdish.com. You can go on there to find hours of operation. You can go on there to find meal plan information, to compare meal plans. You can find menus up to 3 weeks in advance for the main dining hall, which is Commons. So if you've toured campus, it's the main all you care to enjoy dining hall that you go into. It's over in the middle of the neighborhoods. They have the menus on there. One of the great things about the menus is if you have dietary restrictions, you're following special diets, you have allergies, food aversions, you can actually go on there, click on all of the items that you can't eat or that you don't want to eat, and it will bring up what you can eat, what's offered at each station for that day, for that lunch or that dining period for 3 weeks, which is awesome. It's such a great tool. People use it all the time. There's contact information in there. It's pretty much all dining in one, which is great. On that, like Jeff had said, our social media platforms are UHart Dining. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I know everybody uses Instagram, I think, the most. You can follow us there. We have a bunch of links. One of them links you back, obviously, to Campus Dish. But again, too, if maybe a question comes up that we don't answer tonight, or you don't even think of tonight, and you think of, I don't know, in a few days, follow us on that and shoot me a direct message on Instagram. I'd be more than happy to either answer it or point you in the right direction. Anything else, Jeff?
No, I think Annie talked about a lot. Our hartford.campusdish.com, tons of information on there. There is all different kinds of things. When we have snowstorms, we put our hours up there. But one of the best things that you can ever do is follow us on social media. Whenever we have a pop-up station or location, like today, we had some fun things going on for Earth Week that we did today. We also had some pop-ups. We did a Samazon pop-up today with an acai bowl. So a lot of the stuff that we try to do as monotony breakers and fun little pop-ups around campus, we put on there. And we purposely sometimes do not advertise ahead of time because we want it to be fun. We want it to be special. We want it to be something different. So that's the best way when you guys, before you guys even get to campus, make sure you follow us on UHart Dining, and you guys will get a ton of information. We usually have 2 to 3 posts every single day. And it's a lot of fun. So, and what I can say too about our team is we're extremely responsive. So if you guys send us an email, you can either send us an email through the hartfordcampusdish.com website. I know they'll share our contact information at the end of the call today. If you guys send us something, we will get back to you ASAP. It is our job to make sure that you guys have the knowledge and education that you need about the program and to help you guys make a great decision. So we're here for you no matter what, whether it's an allergy question, it's a question about a brand that we have on campus, how the meal plans work. We're here for you and help you as much as we can.
You can go to the next slide. Yeah. All right. So this is obviously what everybody wants to know about, but just a little fun fact. We are going to drop some little, I guess, nuggets of info. So you'll want to pay attention because there will be a quiz at the end of this. Don't worry, it's pass fail and you guys would be fine. So these are the meal plans that are offered on campus for residential students and for commuters. Students who live on campus are required to have a meal plan. The university puts you on, as a default plan, the 7-day all access. That gets you unlimited access to Commons, the main dining hall, which again, like I said earlier, it's in the middle of the neighborhoods. You get $100 dining dollars. It's a pretty basic plan. It will get you, it will meet your needs for the semester, which is great. I'll dive in a little bit more on what everything means. 7-day all access or any of the all access plans mean you can go into that main dining hall 25 times a day, 7 days a week. We're not going to judge you. Don't worry. So you can swipe in, you'll have your ID card. Everything gets loaded on there. You walk in, you see the cashier, you hand her your card, she swipes you in, you can go. There's, I want to say 13 stations there. It ranges from a salad bar to a saute station to a grill. There's an amazing scratch bakery there, which is probably my favorite place. It's most people's favorite place. So with that all access, you're allowed to go there. So there are actually 2 programs that are 7-day all access. So again, 25 times a day, 7 days a week, you can swipe in. There is a 5-day all access, which means you can choose 5 days of the week. It doesn't have to be the same days every week. It's a really good meal plan for students who are choosing to go home every single weekend. But again, those 5 days, you can swipe in as many times as you want into the main dining hall. With these meal plans, all access meal plans, you get the dining, actually with all of the meal plans, you get dining dollars. These dining dollars, again, are loaded on your ID card and they're used, essentially used like a dining or like a debit card. So if you go to our retail locations around campus, Moe's, Starbucks, Subway, you'll be able to use your card. And at Moe's, you know, say you have $100 dining dollars, your bill comes to $10, you give them your card, they swipe it, and now you have $90 on there. So again, treat your card like it is a debit card because you do have actual money on there. So for, again, the freshman default plan, 7-day all access, $100 dining dollars. We do recommend the premium meal plan. It gets you a lot more bang for your buck. It gives you way more flexibility. There's a lot more options. It, in the long run, saves you a ton of money. That meal plan comes with $300 dining dollars, the same 7-day all access. You have 5 meal equivalencies per week, and a meal equivalency is essentially a meal swipe at our retail locations for an item on the combo / meal plan equivalency menu. So I'm going to use Moe's again as an example. If you go to Moe's and you get a chicken burrito, chips and salsa, and a drink, instead of costing you like $12, out of your dining dollars, you can just use a meal swipe there. You could say, I want to pay with my meal equivalency. When you talk to the cashier, they'll swipe it. It's a really great option. It definitely will save you money in the long run. This plan, this premium plan, is the only meal plan that actually has a meal plan equivalency at Starbucks, which is incredible, because you can go there and get a breakfast sandwich and a coffee, and instead of eating away at your dining dollars, especially if you're somebody who likes to go to Starbucks, you can go there 5 times a week, use a meal equivalency, essentially round it up. That's about $10 per meal equivalency, $50 per week times what, 14 weeks, 17 weeks. You're saving like over $700 or so. Yeah, so over $700 just with that alone, which is awesome. It also gets you 2 free meals at Sizzle. Sizzle is our steak program in our main dining hall in Commons. It's an awesome program. You go in, they have a list of the steaks that are offered that day. You tell the cashier, say you want a filet mignon and you want it rare. They send it over to the grill. You go get whatever else you want, and they'll let you know when you're ready, when the steak is ready, and you can pick it up and enjoy your meal. There's 2 of those. Normally I want to say it's an additional $12, including the meal swipe, which still is an amazing deal to get a filet mignon or a ribeye, and whatever other options they have that day. PDR early sign up is great. That one is our private dining room night. And so once a month, we host a kind of a restaurant night on campus. It's a little bit more formal than sitting in a main dining hall or taking your food back to your room. You make a reservation, you get served by our staff. The chefs create a 3-course meal. It really is phenomenal. It's a huge hit. And usually once we make the reservations live, it sells out or sign up within 30 minutes. So the fact that you'll have the option to sign up early is awesome. On these still meal equivalency meal plans, there is the 5-day all access. Like I said earlier, that's really, really great for students who are planning on going home every single weekend, or kind of, most weekends. You do get go ahead.
Yeah, so I see a couple of questions in the chat. I'll kind of give Annie a time to catch her breath to talk about the other meal plans. But one person asked, what's the best meal plan for an incoming freshman? So I know Annie went over the 2 meal plans that are the premium 7-day all access and also the 7-day all access. Honestly, they are defaulted to the 7-day all access. But really the bang for your buck is the premium 7-day all access, especially if they like brands like Starbucks, Moe's, Subway. If you look at the math of things, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. I will say that 7-day all access plans for freshmen, either one that you pick is really preferred. I know admissions talks a lot about, time management and how folks are when they first get to campus. So these plans are made to get all that guesswork out of the way. You guys would have your students would have access to every single dining location. They would have access to our commons, which is our main dining hall. They could come in for breakfast 5 times. I love breakfast. I would come in right before class, maybe at like 7:30, grab a cup of coffee and a bagel. And then I would go back after class at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock and grab an omelet and continue my day. So that plan was really made so that nobody has to budget any type of meal swipes. Annie's going to get into the block plans, which, 125 blocks get you 125 swipes, which averages out to, 1.7 meals per day. So if you're a person that likes to come plenty of times, also Commons is really a hub for a lot of first year students to get to know people, friends, other people that may have this shared interest, same classes. Commons is really like a living room at the university. And, I strongly suggest for freshmen, one of those 2 plans. You are defaulted to the 7-day all access. And Annie also talked about all the things that are great about the premium 7-day. You do not have to get them, but they're strongly encouraged just because of that fact that you do not have to budget any of your meals and you can keep the guesswork out of it. There was another question about a meal plan for commuters. Commuters are voluntary. You do not need a meal plan. We do have other plans as well that you can have. So We have the 50 block meal plan on here. If you just wanted to purchase $100 dining dollars to use on campus and you didn't want to have cash laying around and you didn't want to use a credit card, you can load as much money onto your account as possible. You can go on and do it on our Campus Dish website. You can visit us at our ID office, and you can also email us as well, and we can get that switched over for you. So there's a lot of different options that you can have there. There was a question here about a person that is at HPAC and looking for a 165 block plan. So there is a bunch of different things that you can do. So we have to-go programs. We have both a reusable to-go program, and we are right now using biodegradable to-go containers. So we open at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's before any classes would start over at HPAC. They do have a bus, I believe, that runs around 7:30 or so to get folks over there for 8 o'clock. So we have a lot of music theater majors that come right in and grab breakfast, and then they grab, a quick snack to go. And then they either come back for lunch or dinner, or if they're stuck over at PAC, we also have Grubhub that's delivered there. We also have vending machines that they can use their dining dollars on. And we're open until 9 o'clock over at the main campus as well. So in the main dining hall at Commons. So lots and lots of hours of dining operations. So I would suggest, honestly, whatever plan works best for your student. But if they're a first year student, I would strongly recommend one of the 2 7-day all access plans. And you want to talk about the rest of the block plans? Because I think some of the questions is in there, and then I'll kind of keep note on some of the questions and we'll answer more as we go.
Absolutely. And I saw there was one about the 5-day. It is not just Monday through Friday. If you want to do Monday through Friday one week and you want to do Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the other, you can do whatever ones you want. It just is the 5 days. So once you do swipe, that's considered a day. So you might as well get the most out of it. For the 2 block plans, those are, we suggest to those to be students who have kitchens. So the upperclassmen, because they don't need to go to Commons as much. They have a kitchen where they can cook their own meals, all of that. So there is a 125 block that comes with $850 dining dollars. There's no meal equivalency with that. Those 125 swipes are into Commons. So in Commons only, so that will get you there. And then the 850 can be used at the retail locations around campus. And then the 165 block, that's the same, it's very similar. You get 165 swipes. The difference is you get meal equivalency with that. So you get either 165 swipes / into Commons or as meal equivalency. So if you go to Commons 25 times and you go to, Mo's 25 times, that's like 50. So then subtract it from the 165 you have. When you run out of swipes and meal equivalency on there is when you go through your 165, and then you also have the 850 dining dollars, which you can, again, kind of budget it to, you could get halfway through the semester on the swipes, and then the second half of the semester could be used as your paid for with dining dollars. And as Jeff said, there's a commuter meal plan. So again, commuters are not mandatory to have a meal plan. They can actually have any meal plan they want if they don't want the commuter one. We have a few commuters actually who are on a 5-day all access meal plan because they are here 5 days a week. So they'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and just want to answer a couple other questions about meal plans that are in the chat. And we'll get to some of the questions about gluten-free options, and we will talk about dietary restrictions and all those types of things as we go. So I don't want you to think I'm ignoring your questions, but so dining dollars do carry over. They carry over from the fall semester to the spring semester. They do not carry over from academic year to academic year. So let's say you were on the 7-day all access plan. You started with $100 dining dollars in the fall. You only used 50 dining dollars. Come the spring semester, you will have those 50 dining dollars plus an additional 100 dining dollars that you have for your plan for that semester. We have a lot of students that love to go to our village market. We have everything in there from frozen goods to produce to value packs of soda and water and all different kinds of stuff. It's basically like a small grocery store. We also have a bunch of different local items there. We also have paper goods. We have health and beauty aid items there. We have vegan frozen meals. We use Gardein products on campus. So there is frozen chicken patties that are vegan meatballs. all different things that they can use in their dorm rooms in either microwavable form, or if they do have a kitchen on location as well. There was a question in here about PBR or Sizzle. You do not need to be on the premium plan in order to take advantage of those programs. Sizzle program is a great program. We do, tonight there was salmon, and we have New York strips, we have ribeye steaks, we have filet mignon. It is a $10.99 upcharge if you do not have the 2 free ones that come with your premium meal plan. So it's $10.99 and a swipe. So what happens a lot of times is folks, instead of going out to Outback or another chain there for a good steak, they pay $10.99 and they get a great steak. Plus they get to go to all the other stations and grab their sides and grab beverages and things like that. So when you look at it, there's a really great value in that program. We also do a lot of tastings too in the beginning of the semester to get students used to it. So sometimes we'll bring over a cutting board with, a 12-ounce New York strip and have people try it. Lot of traction to that. We also do vegan, and we do a lot of seafood options as the weather is nicer. So in the fall when students first come to campus, and then also when we leave in the spring when seafood's a little better. We've done portobello stuffed mushrooms. We've done tempeh and tofu stackers out of there. So we try to do a bunch of different things for students that like all different dietary items. So general question about occupancy in commons in the fall. I wish I had a crystal ball and could understand what the regulations are and the CDC guidelines are going to be. But right now, everything is pointed in the direction. There's a lot, if you guys live in Connecticut or if you want to know some information, they are rolling back a lot of regulations come May 5th or May 1st, and then also May 15th. So they're going to be doing a phased approach. I will tell you that if I had to be a guessing person, I would say we probably would have much more seating than we do right now. Right now, we're at a 50% occupancy. I would imagine we'd be at least at 75, maybe 100%. It doesn't look like masks are going away anytime soon, but it seems like they'll probably change some of the regulations about how many people can sit at a table and what the occupancy is. So all things equal, we're still figuring out. I know the university is looking at vaccine plans and things like that, but we're hoping as much as possible. But what we've done this year has been awesome. We have a bunch of picnic tables outside, both the top level of Commons and also in Alumni Plaza. In the fall, we had a tent out back that could seat another 150 folks. So it's been a really, really great time for students to kind of understand that dining, what it used to be, is not necessarily what it's going to be. So a lot more outdoor spaces are in the works and being created on campus to help with that in the future as well.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry, 1 second. I see there's a question about all access commuter plans. There is not. So, one thing that we looked at is we can do this on a case-by-case basis. We have had some folks that had some dietary restrictions and they really needed to eat every single day that they were on campus. And we can work with your student on a one-on-one basis and make sure that we have that available for them. We've done that probably for a half a dozen or so in the last couple of years, and it's worked out really, really well. Another question, if any meal plans for a week are not used, do they carry over? So meal equivalencies do not carry over from week to week, they just get reloaded. So what we like to do is make sure people pick those meal plans that make sense. I would tell you, anywhere between 5 and 3, depending on what kind of student you are. If you have a lot of classes on the academic side of campus, probably makes sense to get more meal equivalencies, as you will be on that side of campus maybe for lunch or dinner more often. And there's a ton of great options there. We also have Grubhub as well, and that takes meal equivalencies and dining dollars. So all of our retail locations are on Grubhub. So just for an example, you could be in class, 15 minutes before it gets out. You could order your lunch and you can go right to the location and pick it up and it's ready and you don't have to wait in line. So lots of different flexibility, lots of different options. That was a new thing that we created this year for COVID to try to spread lines out and spread occupancy around a little bit. And it's worked out tremendous. It helps both our associates get folks through the line quicker, and it also helps for convenience for our guests. So. All right, Annie, you want to go a little bit more and then we'll answer some more questions?
Well, I just wanted to go over it again. So, 5 residential meal plans, 3 of them have meal equivalencies. There's currently 8 locations on the main campus for dining. I think I want to throw it over to some of the red keys and see, I know you guys have meal plans. You guys, what's your favorite meal plan so far? Some of you guys have been here for a few years. Which ones do you like? Do you like the fact that you can use your meal equivalency instead of just eating away at your dining dollars?
I'll talk a little bit about mine. I have for the last 2 years, I've had the 165 block, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to continue to keep that for my senior year. I prefer that mainly because of the meal equivalencies in there, so I don't really have to worry about my dining dollars. So instead of going to Commons for lunch today, I had a salad from the Garden Bar. So it is basically just, instead of shopping in the Commons, you get a meal in one of the other locations. So that was my favorite thing about it. And then I like to go to Conover, which is like the campus supermarket, a lot. So having the $850 dining dollars while having meal equivalencies is a little bit better for me, because I don't have to worry about spending money on the food as well as some snacks in Conover. So it's just more of the meal equivalencies for me personally.
I'm in that same boat. I also have the 165 block. I live in an apartment on campus, so I have a kitchen. So I generally use my dining dollars in Conover to get some like groceries like eggs, milk, stuff like that. And then it's nice to have like the meal equivalencies to fall back on if like I don't want to spend dining dollars on something. But I mean, I've never like run out of anything like that. So I think it's a pretty good plan.
So I'm actually on the premium 7-day all access. Personally, it's been really great to be on that plan. Being able to swipe into Commons as many times as I want during the day. I don't have to worry about keeping track of my swipes when I go into Commons to grab a cookie or a snack during the day. And you also have those meal equivalencies, so you don't have to worry about spending all your dining dollars. During the semester, you have, 5 a week. That's plenty of, if you have 5 classes. On the academic side, you can grab lunch 5 days a week using your meal swipes, and then you could use your dining dollars on other things if you wanted to use them at the campus market or such. So it's a really flexible plan with a lot of options. And I also really enjoy that I get early access to the PBR sign-up. So that's another plus.
Yeah, I've had the 7-day all access and the 125 block. So with the 7-day all access, it was my freshman year, and I just really like not having to worry about food at all. I can just walk into Commons, because I was that person who walked into Commons like 10 times a day, because I would walk in and grab a banana, and then I would go back and be like, wait, I actually want a meal. So then I would walk back and then grab a sandwich. So that was really nice to not have to worry about it. And I had the 125 last semester. My apartment had a kitchen, and I made most of my meals, and the $850 dining dollars were really, really nice to use at Conover, because I got to just buy all my groceries there, and I never ran out of anything. So it was good.
Great. So again, I just want to reiterate, because I see some of these questions. Dining dollars can be used at the retail locations around campus. So I explained it like if you go to Moe's, it's like a debit card. The swipes that you have can be used in Commons. So the all access portion of it is used at Commons, and then meal equivalencies are used as a swipe at retail locations for specific items on a meal equivalency menu. Looking at a few other things, Starbucks coffee come off your dining dollars. It can come out of your dining dollars, or if you have the premium meal plan, there are items on the meal equivalency menu that you can get with your meal equivalency, so it doesn't have to eat away at your dining dollars. So pre-post COVID, could students take food back from Commons? Yes, we have to-go containers. We have biodegradable ones, which has been great. So students will be able to get to go if they want that option. Some students right now aren't feeling safe to stay there, where it's extremely amazing with the technology we've done with all the safety, but they would just rather either eat outside or eat in the room with their friends. So we do have those, and even prior to COVID, we had containers that we could, like reusable ones. So we had a little program where we had a key tag. You would give us that, we would give you your container, and then you could either bring us back your dirty container and get a new clean container, or you'd get your key tag back for the next time you were going to use it. Our meal equivalencies on the 165 block reloaded every semester. Yes. Each semester you would get the whole new meal plan again. You can choose, say you did the basic 7-day all access for this first semester because of the default plan they put you on, and you just kind of blew through your dining dollars. You had to add more dining dollars on throughout the semester, and it just kind of wasn't a good fit. Next semester, so in the spring, you can choose, say you want to upgrade, you want to choose the premium plan, or you want to choose the 165. You can absolutely do that. You're not stuck on them per semester. You're not even stuck on it you have the first 2 weeks of school, from the start of school, the start of classes, you have 2 weeks to change your meal, to downgrade your meal plan. And then you have the whole semester if you wanted to upgrade it. We've actually had a lot of students last semester and this semester start on the basic 7-day all access, and then like a month in, they're like, yeah, I'm already through my dining dollars, let's upgrade. So we've had a lot of students do that. I'm just looking at some of these other ones.
Yeah, I'll take a couple, Annie. One of the questions was about how many eating days are in a school year. So typically you're looking at between 215 to 220. Really kind of all depends on the school calendar, the academic calendar. What I can tell you is when your students will be there, we will have something open for them, right? So I believe this year we're talking about the 3rd week in August when we start. Whenever freshmen start to be on campus, the meal plans are active. And that goes all the way through finals. So this year finals are ending in just a few weeks. So we will be there until the last day of finals when students move out from Res Life. So when Res Life closes the academic halls, the meal plans do not work. So no matter what, you will have an active day of food every single time that the university calendar is open. That being said, we do have shutdown periods during winter term and also during the summer. We always have an operation that's open. So we're going to be opening our retail outlet this summer and having options available for them over there. If they are part of a group that comes to campus early, if they're going to be an RA, if they're going to be, on an athletic team, their meals are taken care of ahead of time by those specific groups and by those teams. So whenever a student's going to be on campus, they will be fed. I can promise you that. One of the questions was, is the market affordable? So I can give you this, right? So our village market is very competitive to a convenience store. So if you were to go to a 7-Eleven, we have some prices that are a little bit less than 7-Eleven, but that's what it is. It's a very big convenience store. So we actually purchase all of our products through Associated Grocers and things like that. We do not have the buying power that a Stop and Shop has or a Walmart has to give the best prices in the world. But we are competitive when you look at it from a convenience store standpoint. And we do have a ton of different products that are like that. So we have 5 different kinds of vegan proteins that people can buy. I know you go to the grocery store, there might be 15, right? But we're offering a subset of things that are popular, and we're also always changing it up for local products. And then if students, we have a bunch of different, we have a vegan vegetarian council that we have. We also have a food committee on campus. So if you're looking for something that's not in the market, we always take feedback throughout the semester, and we can pretty much get anything. We have that ability through the vendors that we have and that we offer. Does Moe's Subway accept gift cards and Starbucks? Annie, you want to take this one?
Yep, sure, sorry. Yes, Starbucks. I know Starbucks takes gift cards. They don't, however, take your
rewards card.
Rewards card, thank you. Actually, none of our places do take a rewards card. I don't even know if Moe's has a rewards card. I think they might. But none of our places have a rewards card. And I know that Starbucks does take gift cards. So does Subway, right?
Yeah, so we take a lot of gift cards, but the franchises that we own, we're not allowed to sell gift cards. So that's just the difference, but you are allowed to get gift cards in the form of dining dollars. So if you're looking to get a gift for your student or you want to do something special, you can order gift cards right online through our ID office and we can get them sent, or we can just add $25 dining dollars to your student's card. It's pretty much the same thing, but the only thing I would do is wouldn't expect for us to be able to buy them at the store for them, but they can redeem them at our stores as well. All right, Annie, a lot of the questions I'm seeing that are coming through are starting to look like some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in the next slide or two. You want to go to the next slide?
Yeah, I think, well, the next slide I know was just kind of an information one. It's kind of an explanation of all of this we had talked about. But if you want to go to the next one and talk about the allergies, Jeff, I'll let you do that while I go and see if Ben is ready.
Sure. So we have about 10% of our population on campus that has an allergen, an intolerance, or a dietary preference. So what I can tell you is that your students are in really good hands. We have done a ton of work over the last couple of years on plant-based items. You may have heard me earlier talk about that we have a vegan vegetarian council. Our vegan vegetarian council meets every single month. It's an open forum meeting. We try different trendy foods that are coming up that are plant-based, and we have them build the menus. So we try different things, and if they like it during the meals, we add them to our menus. For instance, some of you guys that are on the call that may be plant-based, we're using a product that's called Just Egg, and it's really it's an egg substitute that's vegan. It has the same texture, look, and feel as scrambled eggs. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. We have it at our omelet station, our eggs made to order station every single day. We use it in vegan French toast. We use it in vegan pancakes. We also have a gluten-free vegan option at our bakery every single day. And that is using that Just Egg product. So that's a great example of how our vegan vegetarian council asked for a product, and it's worked out tremendously on our campus. All of our proteins that we use for meal or meat replacements are from Gardein. So we use the Gardein chicken patties, we use Gardein meatballs, we do things like eggplant meatballs. Every station that we have, we try to make a plant-based option available. So for instance, tonight at one of our stations, we have a creamy Alfredo pasta that has bacon in it and peas and all different kinds of stuff. So we would omit that and we would make our pastas egg-free. So you would have pasta, we could do peas, and we could do olive oil and garlic and all that different kinds of stuff. So when you go to a station, don't just assume what's at that station is the only thing. You can always ask for a vegan or a gluten-free substitute. We also have our vegan station, and that's available 7 days a week. It's called Veg Out. And those are the menu, that's your core menu. So, we may have a vegan lasagna there one night. We may have vegan tacos, vegan quesadillas. We do vegan grilled cheese with tomato soup. We do all different kinds of things. And these are all the meals that our vegan vegetarian council has come up with and that our culinary team kind of vets out, and we try a bunch of different products. We do have a ton of gluten-free options, and I wish I could share them all with you, but I'll just give you guys a couple highlights. We have made without gluten pasta. So we have a pasta bar 2 days a week. So students can go right up to the pasta bar and just ask for gluten-free pasta, and they will get gluten-free pasta and a gluten-free sauce and any toppings that they want to add into it that are gluten-free. We have a gluten-free pizza dough that we cook in a specified oven. All of our gluten-free items are prepared with tongs, with spoons, and with pizza peels and different things like that are purple, so that students can have a kind of peace of mind that these are getting handled with care. All of our associates are allergen trained. They have to go through a training every single year that kind of re-ups their training and gets them thinking about it, and they can answer any question that somebody may have. We also have gluten-free bread at all of our stations. So if you go to the deli, they can grab gluten-free bread there. We also have gluten-free hamburger buns and gluten-free sub rolls over at our grill station. And we also have a gluten-free pantry, which has a ton of different products in it, from bagels to breads, to cereals, oatmeal. We have frozen meals in there that are gluten-free, that are Gardein. We also have snacks in there like Bear Life, and That's It bars, all different kinds of things to get folks thinking about allergens and to make sure that, we have all those available. I will tell you that we have a select few students that have half a dozen to a dozen allergies, and it's just safer and they feel better with us making their meals out back for them in a controlled environment. And we have that option available as well. So I have a team of folks that work in our back kitchen that are highly skilled that will make meals. And we usually make, like I said, a half a dozen to a dozen meals every single meal period. We meet with your student to get their information, the time and days a week that they want to come in and grab a meal. And then we send the menu out to them a week in advance to let them know what it is. And then they can always change things if they, for some reason they don't like pork, or for some reason they don't like chicken, that we can kind of go on the fly and change things up and tailor it to them. So there is that option for anybody that may be a really picky eater, or somebody that may have 12 different allergies and they've always had it, home cooked from mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. But we're always there to lend that as well. So it's not just, don't think of it just as a dining hall, but it's also a private kitchen for us to help out with that. And a lot of times we start off with that for the first couple of weeks to make folks feel comfortable. And then they'll come to us and they'll be like, oh my God, we have tons of options. I don't need these meals anymore. I'm just going to come in with my friends and order it whenever I want. So just another way that there's definitely peace of mind. We do have a ton of dairy alternatives as well. We have soy milk, we have almond milk, we have vegan cheese, we have vegan ice cream, we have vegan soft serve, we have vegan desserts. We have tons of different dairy alternatives as well. So, really those are our three biggest is plant-based, gluten, and then also dairy. But we also have a lot of nut allergies on campus. Sesame allergies is a big one that they're considering out there to be the 9th major allergen that they're putting out there. We have a lot of folks with coconut allergies, you name it, we've done it and gone through it. So if you do have allergies and you want to get more information before making a decision, there is my director, Mark Marson, who is at the Commons. He's been with the company over 12 years and has an extensive background in both nutrition and working with Aramark. We also have a dietitian that's on campus that can answer questions. Her name is Jillian Winnick. She's amazing. She works at all the athletics for the Olympics. So she not only works with folks that have dietary issues, but she also works with folks that have needs from different countries. So she's seen it all. She also meets with all the athletic teams prior to their seasons about different carbo loading and different proteins. And she also meets one-on-one with students as well. So another great outlet for them to do. Trying to see if I miss any other dietary questions. I think we have quite a bit of them. Yes, you can request French toast sticks. Absolutely. We make it fresh, which I like a lot better, but I will tell you French toast sticks are amazing. So we have done those in the past. We also do breakfast for dinner sometimes during the semester. Any other red keys? Any of you guys have allergies or have friends that have allergies? Anything that you guys would like to share with the group to kind of talk about your experience?
Not allergies, but my roommate, she's vegetarian, so she's always going to Commons and getting the vegetarian options. And if she maybe doesn't want the specific vegetarian option, she can always go get tofu over at the salad station, which she loves. So there's a ton of options there for her. And then I believe she's also on that council, so she's able to voice her opinions and say what she wants. But yeah.
Great. Anybody else?
Yeah, one of my freshman year roommate, actually, she had so many allergies. She was allergic to dairy and gluten and nuts and corn, just random things, and it always changed. So she would always be in contact with the staff and everyone, and they would make her special meals. She'd be like, oh, can I have this specific brand of pasta? So they went out and bought the specific brand of pasta and made it for her with the sauce that she likes. And she was able to have meals every single day that altered to her dietary needs that week. So it was good. She was happy.
Awesome. And they're ever changing. I will tell you, we get a lot of students that come to campus and all of a sudden they develop an allergy while they're on campus. So it's going to happen. They're going to develop allergies when they come home for winter break or summer break and go from freshman year to sophomore year. So that's what we get paid to do. We don't get paid to do regular food service. We get paid to do elevated food service and make sure that all of the students on campus are fed and they are their feedback is heard. I mean, I will tell you, the biggest thing that I always ask is for really impactful feedback, right? So if somebody's going to give us feedback, we ask for that to be impactful and we ask for it to have some information involved, right? Like I give you, for instance, if we had breakfast for dinner and somebody's like, oh, I don't want breakfast for dinner, I want, something else. A lot of times they won't get into detail. And we do the best that we can to change things like flavors to cereal, flavors of drinks, all different kinds of things that you guys can think of. We get questions and feedback on. But we always ask for really meaningful feedback because then we can make a difference. A lot of times we'll get feedback that are 1 or 2 word answers, and it's really hard to make a difference when you don't have all the information that person was looking for. But I will tell you, the University of Hartford campus is amazing. Students are extremely responsive, extremely professional, and we have a lot of fun in our dining program. I can tell you that I've worked at a bunch of different campuses, and we by far have had the most fun that I've worked at. So we'll continue to do that, and we'll always evolve our program depending on what students are on campus.
All right, I think I'm ready. If you guys are ready for a little cooking class. Yeah, all right. So I am here with the executive chef, Ben Myrano. Say hi, Ben.
Hey guys, how are you tonight?
We are going to be cooking what are we cooking today?
Today we are making something that's amazing that you can make in your dorm room, in your microwave, a few simple ingredients. You can find those ingredients right at our on-campus convenience store at the Village Market. So today we are making a chocolate Nutella lava mug cake. So let's get started.
All right, I'm excited because I always get to eat these things.
So one of the things with these cake mixes is that you always need eggs and oil, right? So it's pretty hard if you're making a single serving to try and take a portion of an egg. What are you going to do with the rest of the egg? So I played around with it and I found that bananas and applesauce work really, really well. I love bananas and Nutella, so we're going to go with bananas and Nutella. So it's about half a banana, cut that in half. We'll peel that. It's going to go into our really, really nice UHart mug that one or a few of you might be able to secure tonight. I'm going to mash that up with a fork right in the mug. You don't need oil with this. You don't need the extra calories of oil or eggs. We can make this sort of healthy. This is something that you might want to do, when you're studying late at night and need a pick-me-up. This is a great recipe, quick for that. All right, so we have our bananas mashed up. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to add a half a cup of Betty Crocker's famous Devil's Food Cake Mix. Right in the cup. It doesn't take much water, just a couple tablespoons. And it will give us exactly what we need. We're going to add about a tablespoon of chocolate chips.
Just for that added bonus.
Added bonus. Nothing's wrong with chocolate. So we're going to mix this up till it's about at that consistency. Don't worry about getting the mug messy. This cake is actually going to rise almost to the top. And there's a reason it's not going to go all the way to the top. And you'll see that in a minute. We're going to make a little bit of a well in there. We're going to open our Nutella. Add a nice big scoop of that to the middle. This is going to be our lava part of the cake. We're gonna put in the microwave in exactly 1 minute. This is gonna be pretty amazing. So while we're waiting for that, this is the site of our PDR, our private dining room restaurant night that happens once a month. We basically recreate this into a restaurant. You're seated by a hostess, you're served by wait staff, and you have an extensive meal where you get to choose what you want. We cook it fresh to order. It's amazing. It's fresh. It's seasonal, and as local as it can be. We've partnered with so many local restaurants and businesses. We have a commitment that by 2025, 25% of all of our food purchases are going to be from local, sustainable, diverse, independent businesses. It's super exciting, and we've already made so many local partnerships. A little bit about myself while we're waiting. I was born in Montana, raised in Alaska. I truly love the outdoors. With the weather getting nicer and the days getting longer, one of my favorite things to do is to be outside, especially grilling. My family and I have 5 kids, beautiful wife, and one of our favorite things to do is grill outside. Really good steaks, some lobster, sit outside with the family, get messy, and just have a great time.
Well, that dinged. So
dinged.
let's see what we
All right,
got.
let's check it out. Cross your fingers,
Right,
'cause this is live. Look at guys, awesome. You can see the lava. So
Right.
now you have a couple choices. So we have, canned whipped cream down at the Village Market, or we could do ice cream on this. We partner with a local company. They're pretty famous in these parts. It's called J. Foster's, and we carry pints of their ice cream at our location. It would go great with this, but for today, we're gonna do some whipped cream. We have extra chocolate chips, so we might as well throw them on, right? And this is literally an amazing dessert, a pick-me-up, a little taste of home in 3 minutes. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope to see you soon. We're excited for this new semester, and hopefully we see you.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, Chef. A couple other questions in the chat that I wanted to get answered before the end of the call, and I know that everybody has other things going on in their lives, so we want to be conscious of everybody's time. So one of the questions is about the HPAC Cafe. I think there's a couple questions. This semester, we actually were closed. Our cafe was closed due to a lot of the restrictions that were with COVID. It was a very small space. There's not a lot of space for students to eat in that area. It really was a small location. It was a coffee shop that had a few grab-and-go salads and a few grab-and-go sandwiches. So there wasn't a lot of options. So what we did was we partnered with our dining team that's at GSU, which is our retail team. And I can answer 2 birds with 1 stone. So GSU, our Jenger Student Union location, has our Moe's location in it. It has a Burger Studio location, which is a burger concept. We have a concept called the Coop that is amazing. It is our take on Chick-fil-A. We have our own fresh hand battered tenders there. We have fries. We have all that fun stuff. We also have a concept that's called Melt. It's an homage on a grilled cheese concept with, we have sides of tomato soup and cheese sauce and all that kind of fun stuff. We also have a saute station. So we have a restaurant rotation there. Some of the things that we do out of there are tavolino, which is a pasta concept. We have a chopsticks concept, which is a noodle bowl stir fry type of fare. We also have something that's called laki, which is a really, really up and coming type of food. It's a poke bowl. And we have all different kinds of toppings, raw seafood, all different things that are becoming really trendy. It's very healthy, very light, something that's really quick and easy. We also have Omari, which is our Mexican themed concept. And we also have a new thing this semester that we've done. It's two things. One of it's called a garden bar. We used to have a really big salad bar. And as you guys know, some of the COVID restrictions have changed that. But we have a 4-week cycle menu for our salad bar that's at GSU. So there's, different inspired ones, Mediterranean. We do a Caesar one where we do a Caesar shrimp salad. We have flank steak, chicken. We also have the vegan chicken proteins as well. So lots and lots of different stuff. And then this semester we added what's called a pop shop. And our pop shop is basically kind of fun little things. So we did a nugget bar one week. We did a mozzarella cheese stick bar the next week. We do Sambazon, which is acai bowls. We also do smoothies out of that station. So there's tons and tons of things to pick from there. So where I'm going with that is all of these things that I just talked about are available through Grubhub for our students that are at HPAC. So what we've done is we've created 2 different time slots for students to get food delivered over to HPAC from all these different locations. So before it was just a small cafe. And now since COVID, we were able to add all these different options. We typically have anywhere between 50 and 60 orders per meal period that we're having over there. There is a microwave over there. So some students are like, hey, I can only eat half of my meal. We have a fridge over there as well. So a lot of times they store it in the fridge and then they reheat it up later on if they're over there for a prolonged period of time. Not ideal, obviously, in the COVID landscape, but it's really, we had some great feedback from it. Annie's gotten a lot of positive feedback from our vegan vegetarians that before all we had was, a salad that they could get at HVAC. Now they can get Moe's, now they can get a pasta dish, they can get our pop shop. So bunch of different stuff from there. They can use meal swipes there. So just like they were going to Commons, you can actually use a meal swipe for all those options. They can also use meal equivalencies, and they can also use dining dollars. There's also vending machines that are over there. There's 3 different vending machines that have beverages. There's also a vending machine that has salty and healthy snacks there and sweet snacks. And then this year we also added a food carousel that has all of our grab and go products. So there's grab and go sandwiches. There's grab and go salads. There's also like protein cups that we do with like nuts and cheeses and crackers and things like that. So there's a ton of options over there. And actually one of the real positive lights that we did this semester with COVID, and we were able to get more options for our students over there. So I don't know if our cafe is going to be open in the fall. It really dictates of what the Connecticut guidance is. And it also dictates how many people are in the program over there. But we'll keep everybody posted on that through Instagram and also on our platform for Campus Dish.
So I hope you guys all enjoyed the mug cake. I'm actually sitting here enjoying it. It is very tasty. Just a little mention, I did grab the leftover banana peel because we compost on campus, which has been great. We've worked with the Sustainability Committee and student government, and we have composting at GSU and at Commons, which has been fantastic. Actually, for March, we already, for the month of March, we composted 6,025 pounds of compost. Wink, wink, just in case you need that number. So that's
what was that number again, Annie?
It is 6,025 pounds, which has been fantastic. We started it up probably about a year ago, started composting, and it was just in Commons, and it was actually just behind the scenes. So it was just the food waste from the kitchen. But now we've opened it up to GSU and in the front, and it's been extremely successful.
There was one question about dining dollars and can you add and reload those? Yes, you can absolutely add and reload at any point during the semester. So let's say you have the 100 block plan and they use $100 in 2 weeks. No problem. Annie and her team, for our marketing team, we also do targeted promotions for dining dollars because we understand that there's some value in it and you guys should receive value. So there are points in the semester where you can buy 100 dining dollars and you get a free 15% or you get a free 10%. So that's a great value when you're talking about dollar to dollar. So you go from $100 to 115, and you can do that in increments of 100. So some people do $200 or $300 in dining dollars and they get an additional 15%, which helps their students. And again, the dining dollars will carry over from the fall to the spring, but not from the academic year to the next academic year. So use everything, before the end of May when students are leaving campus. And the default meal plans in the tuition, not exactly 100% sure how that works. I would definitely contact financial aid. I know admissions has a lot of this too, but they're definitely the ones that are going to be able to help you out with that. But the default meal plans that are in there are the 7-day all access for first year students. And then if you're an upperclassman, it's the 165 block plan. So if you forget and you sign up for housing and you forget to sign up for a meal plan, those will be included in your tuition, and those will be the plans that the university chooses. And you can always change those, like Annie said, as well.
I see the one that says, does your grocery store sell gift cards? Not the grocery store specifically, but dining does. You can get dining dollar gift cards, and you could use them at all of our locations across campus.
No, there's nobody that can limit you from excessive eating. I can tell you, I went to University of Hartford about 30 pounds lighter, and you know, I'm a new dad now, so I can tell you that we eat pretty well, and so do our students. So we have a lot of fun. I will tell you, I will never get upset with a parent that says, hey, I'm really mad that my son gained 10 or 15 pounds, because at the end of the day, that means that they're eating well and they're enjoying the food that they're eating. There's always things like the athletic center, and there's always intramurals, there's always the wonderful campus and surrounding areas of UHart that people can go and visit. So let them eat all they want and figure out how to get the weight off other ways.
And I see those two both are asking about vegan options at HPAC, the Performing Arts Center. Yes, you guys have vegan options, the garden bar, all the stuff you can order on Grubhub. I know Jeff was touching base on that when I was switching back over here. So you do have options over there when you are over there.
Yeah, and I would strongly suggest too, we find a lot of students that are over at HPAC, they don't utilize Commons as much as they can. And with the to-go program, it's amazing. So like I said, the shuttle I don't think leaves until like 7:30 or 7:45 for 8 o'clock classes over there. So they have more than enough time to go and grab an oatmeal cup for breakfast, or they can grab fruit, or they can grab, you know, a whole breakfast. And, you know, if they don't feel like eating it right then, there's a refrigerator over there, and then they can always heat it up later. So really being flexible and being able to use different things. And, you know, the one thing I think that COVID has taught us is about being flexible, right? So, you know, when you're given lemons, make lemonade. And I think a lot of our students have found different ways and innovative ways to use their meal plans this semester. And I think it's only helped the dining program. And yeah. Pizza delivery outside of campus. Yeah, so right now with COVID, anything that's ordered from off campus, they have to go to a specified lot to pick up. But you can order whatever you'd like off of campus. That's completely okay. The university, as long as they haven't changed their policies and they've adapted that policy through COVID. You know, there's some great Chinese food restaurants in the area. You know, I will tell you that Connecticut's known for pizza. We have some really good pizza places right around the corner from us. We do partner with some of our local brand partners like Moe's and Subway and all those places. So there's a lot of food, a lot of great food in the area. If you guys come up and don't want to go to the dining hall for dinner with your students, there's a great place called Blueback Square in Hartford. Bishop's Corner has some great food. You know, Connecticut and the Hartford area has some amazing food as well.
So gluten-free options outside of Commons, yes, they're all across campus. All of our locations have them. You're more than welcome to stick with Commons, but if you go to GSU, just let them know that you're gluten-free. They have gluten-free pasta, they have gluten-free wraps, they have gluten-free bread. So there is options all over campus for that.
I just want to add something real quick, something that you guys kind of just implemented that's on the UHart dining was the dough after dark. I absolutely loved it. It was fresh, hot cookies that we usually have them in Commons every Sunday.
I'm so jealous.
But these were delivered to our building doors. So we were able to have that delivered straight to us, and they were amazing. So just want to shout that out. It was great.
So good to hear.
So
that was our pilot, and it's
Yeah, we're doing a pilot of that, and we actually met today about it. And the university students actually broke the internet. We had 100 orders in 1 hour. So we were doing a pilot before the end of the semester to see if this was a great brand that we could bring to campus next semester. We're going to be doing another pilot around finals week to give students another outlet to try it out and to understand if there's a need for not only delivery, but also pickup, which will actually help the fact that we can reach more students. So something fun, we do these pilots, we do these fun things, we'll grab stuff out of left field to see if things work. So, and it sounds like from your feedback, Red Keys, that you guys like it. So
I'm jealous I did not get to try it. It crashed before I could get to it, unfortunately.
Well, I think the week of the, what is it, the 7th, 8th, 7th and 8th, that Saturday, I'm not sure which of those days, but I know we're going to try to do it Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, be on the lookout for sure.
Call us on social media. You'll be able to, we'll make sure we advertise it.
Food from Commons is not delivered to dorms. That is something that's an all you care to eat location. So it's really meant to be customizable for your students. So it is not delivered to the dorms. Actually, a lot of our delivery programs, we do not deliver directly inside the dorm. We will ask students to come out for security reasons. So, we have our Hawks Nest location, which is a late night pub, which has pizzas and has wings and has a bunch of different options for you there. They deliver, but they will only deliver to the outside of their dorm. Just like if you were to order food off campus, they won't come into your dorm. But yeah. How about we leave this one up to the Red Keys? What's your favorite food that you like at, Commons or anywhere on campus? What do you guys like?
That's by far the easiest question. The Park River Bakery. Angela does a wonderful job making those wonderful breakfast items, pick-me-ups in the morning. They all do a great job in the bakery.
I kind of have two. I'm gonna go with for breakfast, the omelets, definitely my favorite because they are customizable as well. Absolutely love them. And then as far as GSU is concerned, I love chopsticks. It's like one of my favorite things that the pop-ups bring to campus.
Yeah, I have to agree. I love the bakery and I love the omelets so much that Commons has. And I'm also not vegan or vegetarian at all. But the vegan chicken nuggets, I think on Thursday nights are so good. And I run to them and I get like so many and I save them in the fridge and then I eat them the next day. So,
Nice.
I don't know what they are, but they're so good.
And then I also really love the omelets. They're like my favorite thing, but I really like the acai bowls. Those have been really fun.
We actually had them, Samazon came to campus today.
I
Yeah, they were at Commons. We were talking with them. We brought them to campus. They did a bunch of samples. So
Turn on your post notifications for UHart timing. So
I have mine on. I always click it as soon as I see it. I'm like, oh, what's fun?
Yeah, and I will kind of end with this, and I'm trying to be cognizant of everybody's time, but I will tell you the program that we have on campus is student centric. So what works for this year's class may not work for next year's class. And that's fine. And there's a ton of ways that we can get feedback in there. We work with SGA and we have a food committee. We have the Vegan Vegetarian Council, like we talked about. We have a thing called VOC, Voice of the Consumer. It's real-time feedback. So I'll give you a quick example. A couple of years ago, we had somebody that complained that their fries were cold at one of our locations. We got an email real time. We were able to communicate with the guests and we were able to communicate with somebody that was on site, and they were able to fix the problem within a few minutes. So that type of constant feedback, as well as, things like different variety or, a different flavor coffee that they want to try. We are totally a full service crew that will do anything on campus for our students. We also have catering on campus. We also do conference center work. We run all the brands. So a lot of different brands that we have on campus, we have franchise licenses for them. We have audits and different things like that. So we have to abide by their menus. So we are the second busiest Starbucks in all of Connecticut. I always like to throw that in there because the first one is UConn, but I can tell you that for our school size to be number 2 in the state of Connecticut is amazing. So really, really great locations. We have a really good tenured team on our staff, and We're willing to bend over backwards. I look at all the students that come to campus as country club members. You guys are paying a price of admission and you guys should get what you pay for. So, and if you're not getting that, there's avenues and outlets that you can have that we can get that feedback and get that implemented for you. So. We are a Coke campus, so we're Coke exclusive. So in Commons, we have Coke, we have Minute Maid juices, we have Powerade, we have vitamin water. Trying to think what else, Annie? Am I missing something? We have 40 something beverages in Commons.
Yeah, Smart Water, Dasani.
Yep.
The only thing of Pepsi we do have is Tropicana, correct, Jeff?
Yeah, we have Tropicana in our Village Market, the grocery store. So we do have a couple more items that essentially are not Coke. We also have kombucha that we carry over at GSU. We also have Naked Juice, which is considered a Pepsi product, but Coke stopped selling Odwalla juice. So we've carried the Naked line, which are amazing juices. I love them. So yeah. Any other questions or comments to end the night?
And again, feel free to reach out to us on social media, or I know these guys will probably, I'm gonna type up the recipe for you guys. I know they'll probably send that out too, and I'll add my email address so you guys can have that. You can reach out to myself or Jeff at any time. And I know they wanna do our little question quiz